All right, wonderful. And we are live. So, hello everyone. Good morning. Joe Rapp here. Today's date is Monday, December 7th, 2020. It's a Monday. So, happy Monday to all of you out there, whether you like it or not, right? Mondays could be super depressing and down, or they can be a new opportunity to start a new week. So, happy Monday to you. I hope you have a wonderful day. Over the next couple minutes here, I just want to give an update on the website that I've created for Joe Rap TV. And I also wanted to talk about Bitcoin a little bit quickly before I wrap it up. And then I will be back on a little bit later going over Monero Mondays. So, Monero Mondays is something that hopefully I'm trying to bring more of to the audience, learning a little bit more about Monero as a cryptocurrency, privacy focused cryptocurrencies on top of Bitcoin, of course. So thank you so much for being here live with me over the next couple of minutes here. If you got any questions at any time, please leave them in the comments. And if you want to help me, what you could do is you could share this post if you like what you saw, if you learned something. And if you find someone else wants to learn something similar to what we're talking about here, just go ahead and send it off to them. It's a good thing to do. So I just got done with my breathing exercises this morning. This all ties into tactical pause. Some of you may have seen my tactical pause channel talking about health, wellness, breathing, and meditation. So the conversation we'll have here about Joe Rap TV really encompasses tactical pause as well as does the other businesses that I've been working on. But let's just get to it. So what is Joe Rap TV again? Joe Rap TV is a concept that I've come up with over the last 8 months, probably. So, what I've worked on is I worked on a CBD skincare line over the last couple of years, but I've also been working and creating websites and trying to develop web-based businesses. And with that comes the understanding that what I've learned from that, especially learning about the online businesses, is that people are looking for not just any content anymore, but they're really looking for valuable content. And the internet is a resource. If you look at what websites really are and what the internet really is it's an information resource, right? We all use the internet and we Google search because we have a question and we're seeking an answer. And a lot of where content was in the past couple years was on, a lot of content creators, stupid videos, the funny stuff that draws people's attention passively, and we like it and we share it on social media, and it was all fun and games. But as people are starting to understand, what the internet is, what it does, the dangers of social media, we're seeing now society kind of changing. I believe people are looking for a different kind of content from the internet, and it's value-based content and information. So what I did is I took the last couple of months trying to figure out the best way for me to organize my content in a way that I can teach you and you'll understand things. So I have Wraps, Caps, Mushrooms. Got an urban mushroom farm I'm building up here. I've built up a lot of the digital media content for that, trying to teach people online as the farm is getting pieced and put together here. I have a lot of information on website design, how to start online businesses, all the different kinds of online businesses you can start, whether it's an online store or a blog, a paid blog, or you want to be an affiliate marketer, an influencer. I understand how to do all those. And then there's the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency stuff, which I'm very passionate about because I believe that it is going to be Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are going to be the next form of money. It's going to be what the next economy operates on. It's going to be actually what I believe the internet 3.0 is going to be built on. So the internet as we know it will be built on a blockchain. And this is all really exciting new stuff that I've learned and I know about. So I put it out there. But what I was trying to figure out is the best way for me to organize this so people kind of understand it and they get it and they can search for different topics they want to learn about and stuff. And that's where Joe Rap TV came out of. If you know me, you know that there's just massive blasts of knowledge in my brain. I'm always seeking information, always having life, trying to dig down to the deepest levels of knowledge and ideas. And but myself, like a lot of people, you want to figure out what your meaning and your calling is, right? Why do you exist in this world, and Why are you here? What is my purpose, right? So as I was figuring that out, I realized, you know what? I just need to create a channel, just like a TV channel, where people can subscribe to my channel, tune into what I'm talking about, and learn the information and content that I know. And Joe Rap TV is where that came out of. So this is more of a social experiment too, as well. I also believe that in the future, people are going to subscribe to people. They're not going to subscribe to corporations anymore. And what I mean by that is, you don't in the future, you may not follow CNN, you may not follow NBC, you may not follow Fox, you may not follow the New York Times. You might be subscribing to one writer or journalist who you can get direct information from, and you trust, you like their content and their quality of information. I believe this is going to be something in the future. I think we will all work online in the near future. Jobs as we know it are actively changing. COVID is a result of this. You in the future, your job will be much more connected to the internet. And if you have the ability to document everything you know now, create an entity for yourself online, and start teaching others, you've now kind of given yourself a leg up in the future economy and the future world. So that's what I'm hoping to bring to everyone with Joe Rap TV. I'm going to share my screen real quick because I want to just show you the website, give you a quick little update here. It's something I've been working on for the last couple months. So if you want to visit my website and check out, what I'm doing and, what it's looking like, it's almost pretty much done. You can come and subscribe now. So if you go to joeraptv.com, you can subscribe with your email here to get email updates when I push new content and information. So again, it's a TV channel. This is very much a TV channel. I am a TV channel. So think about Joe Rap TV just like you were watching Discovery or the Animal Planet, or maybe your favorite, soap opera on TV. What you're doing when you're coming to Joe Rap TV is you're tuning into an actual network, into my life. So that's why it says better than cable. This is better than cable. It's value information, value content. That's what I'm hoping to bring to you. So you can subscribe and gain access to all of the unlimited TV videos and courses that I know. And I say how to survive life, grow wealth, and be more in tune with consciousness, because a lot of what I talk about is how to make money passively, how to invest properly, how to develop new ideas for websites, how to meditate and try to be more in tune with yourself in this crazy world. That's everything you're going to learn by tuning into Joe Rap TV. Just some of the spots I was featured in, not a big deal. Hartford Courant just wrote about me a couple times, a little local newspaper. They're just like the New York Times, right? They might as well be. But I've also talked about, I've presented on blockchain ideas and concepts at places like InsurTech Hartford. And this past year, I spoke at the 2020 Wyoming Blockchain Stampede digitally. It was a remote interface. It's one of the biggest Bitcoin crypto conferences this year. I spoke at that a couple weeks ago. So if you want to watch any of my content, if you want to tune in to Joe Rap TV and watch the different channels on Joe Rap TV, this is where you'll find it. You'll find each of these different channels are a different topic on Joe Rap TV. So if you want to learn about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, you hit that button right there, and that's going to bring you right over to the video playlist for that content. All my videos and information I'm putting out on Joe Rap TV on Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, Monero. I'm going to be back on later for Monero Mondays, but that's where you could tune into that. If you want to go to meditation and breathing, you want to learn about that, you click that button, and it's going to bring you right over to the Tactical Applause playlist. And these are all channels on Joe Rap TV. So this is where you can decide to that. Who am I? You learn a little bit about me, learn a little bit about what I do. In this section down here, this is where I'm going to be offering courses pretty soon here. I've actually been putting together Bitcoin courses for the last few weeks, few months now. I'll be giving out courses on how to create online businesses, how to make a website, how to get your store up and running. And then, of course, because I was a lead formulator for the CBD skincare line that I had, I know how to make a shit ton of CBD products. So I'm going to be teaching y'all how to make homemade CBD lotions, how to be doing all this good stuff. And that's all this content that I can provide, all the value that I'm just trying to give out to the world here. So what is Joe Rap TV again? It grants you access into my life and into the mind of me. These are just some topics you'll learn. If you want to subscribe, again, you can just put your email right in there. You'll get email updates. But I want to talk about Bitcoin here real quick. So we're going to transition on over, and we're going to look at the chart here for Bitcoin. So surprisingly and impressively, Bitcoin is really only a few $100s away from breaking its last all-time high of it actually broke its all-time high a few days ago at 19,600, 19,700, but we're considering 20,000 to be the mark to break through where Bitcoin blasts through its all-time high. And there's not much attention going on in mainstream news, mainstream media. If you've been watching CNBC or Bloomberg, or if you're someone in business and finance, yeah, you would have probably been hearing a lot about this, but the truth is that mainstream America isn't really hearing too much about it. And we know that because Google search volume for Bitcoin is nowhere near the peak it was when it was on Bitcoin's last all-time high. So, we're getting real close here to break through the all-time high. I think, this is your own financial advice. I wanted to get the message out again because I'm going to be talking about cryptocurrencies this week again. But there's really never been a better time to get involved with Bitcoin. The difference between now and 2017 is that there's a lot of easy ways to buy Bitcoin and have Bitcoin. There's more ways than there were in 2017, and I think that's important information for the average person to know right now, because if you look out where the global economy is going, and you haven't really paid attention, there's a mad rush that's going on right now in the background, where the dollar is losing its place as a reserve currency of the world. There's massive amounts of inflation in the United States now. For example, over 20% of the U.S. dollars that were ever created in history were created this year alone. So that means that dollars are becoming worth less. And right now, there's a lot of the banks and larger institutions that are getting into Bitcoin, getting involved. So even saving $1 here, $2 there is a big deal now, because in the future, that money is going to be worth more than the US dollar or any other currency that you can hold right now. So it's a really exciting time. And I do have on Joe Rap TV, because this is going to be all my resources, all the information that I can give out to everyone and help share this knowledge. You can head over to Joe Rap TV and you can click on the Bitcoin button there in the menu. And then this is the section of my website where you can learn everything about Bitcoin that I put out there. And I have 3 posts right now. And I wanted to just go over really quickly the best way that I think people can save for Bitcoin in the long term. And also what a lot of the big institutional money, how they save for the long term. So one of the best ways to save in Bitcoin is to do what they call dollar cost averaging. Dollar cost averaging is when you're buying the same amount every week, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, or every month. So you're buying the same amount consistently every single month. And by doing that, what you're able to do is not just set up yourself for a long-term savings plan, but you're able to lower the average buy price of Bitcoin that you buy. So for example, if you bought Bitcoin right now, it's at 19,100 for a whole Bitcoin. But remember that you can buy fractions of a Bitcoin. One whole Bitcoin is 19,300, but you could buy $1 worth of Bitcoin if you wanted to, because just like the US dollar breaks down to 1 penny, Bitcoin breaks down to 100 million decimal places. That's a lot of decimal places. All you need to know at this moment is that you can even buy a penny's worth, a couple pennies worth, $1 worth of Bitcoin if you really wanted to. So it's something that it's never a bad time to save in it. So if you had bought right now, you'd be buying at a higher price. But if you bought a couple weeks ago, the price of Bitcoin was down around 13,000 or so. And if you bought a couple weeks before that, it was around 8,000. So if you were just consistently, buying like a couple dollars every couple weeks, or, as much money as you could afford every couple weeks, just like you might be saving in a long-term retirement plan or something like that, that's the best way to go about doing this. And that's why in retirement savings plans, you're typically paying into a retirement savings plan with every paycheck. And that's just to get you used to consistently putting money away, and you're always buying. So you're lowering how much it costs you to invest money, and you're gaining in the amount of money that you're going to make off investments. So the best application that I've found personally to do this, dollar cost averaging with Bitcoin, is with an app called Swan Bitcoin. And I have an article here on the website that you can go to, and you can go to how to buy Bitcoin with Swan Bitcoin. And I'll actually probably dollar cost, I'll make that more clear too, but you'll see here where I explain what dollar cost averaging is, how, and what it is, why it's important. And then I do give instructions on how you can create an account on Swan Bitcoin and actually start, getting paid and start saving in Bitcoin. So you'll see here, Swan Bitcoin, the app makes it super easy. So this is what the app looks like. You can download it on the App Store, or you can come to their website, swanbitcoin.com, and you'll see that it says save, and then you put in the amount of money you want, $10 worth of Bitcoin every day, or every week, or every month, and then you click start saving, and then that's how you do it. But I make sure that I give the article here as well, and for all that. Now, if you want to buy, so this is a good way to buy it, buy Bitcoin just outright on Swan Bitcoin through like a long-term savings plan. Kraken is another US Bitcoin exchange. I give instructions here on how to buy Bitcoin on Kraken, and then as well how to store your Bitcoin long-term with a hardware wallet. But for this conversation, for today's video's sake, Swan Bitcoin really is the best way to save it through dollar cost averaging. Another app that you can use if you don't want to use Swan Bitcoin that I've talked about a lot is the Cash App. I'll make sure I put that tutorial on the website as well, so that'll be another option in that section. But if you have the Cash App right now, that's the easiest, most convenient way to buy Bitcoin. So you can download the Cash App, and then you just link your debit card. And if you go to the bottom right where the stock section is and you hit Bitcoin, you can switch it over to buy crypto, and then you can buy your Bitcoin right there on the Cash App. It's important to understand that if you buy a lot of Bitcoin, you should look into how to properly store your Bitcoin for the long term, and that would be from that other post that I mentioned there on how to store it properly through a hardware wallet. I'm going to be creating a tutorial fairly soon on how to actually set up a hardware wallet and how to properly store your funds safely that way. But if you're using the Cash App, you're going to keep it on the Cash App or these other applications. Just make sure you have a really strong password, and make sure that you're writing these passwords down and you're not saving them online somewhere. But that's going to be it, y'all. So thank you again for tuning in. Those of you that stayed along with me. Again, what is Joe Rap TV? That is a channel into the life and mind of me, Joe Rapisarda. So you can go to Joe Rap TV, and then you can click on what channel you want to view what content. From there, I'll also have courses coming up and a lot of resources on everything I'm learning, everything that I know, everything I'm doing. And that's it, y'all. You can subscribe to my email subscription on the website again, joeraptv.com. And then from there, you'll get email updates when content goes live. All right, y'all. That's going to be it. I'll be back on a little bit later for Monero Mondays. Take care, and I'll see you soon.